Okay, welcome everyone. Hope you're having a great day. This is 4.2 function notation and ordered pairs. So we're continuing on with our function notation standard. I'll learn how to use function notation and relate it to ordered pairs x, y. We kind of did that a little bit last time too, right? We evaluate our function for x and gave us our answer y. Right? So let's go through these again. Right? So evaluate the function using function notation, right? So we should know this from the last section. So f of 12. Right? So all that tells us, remember, is what your x is, right? So x equals 12. So it's saying just evaluate your function when f is 12, right? So f of 12 is given by negative 8 parentheses, and I like to write the parentheses with all just the x variable and put a parentheses there. And then now I can go back and fill in, right? So 12 should go in there. And then negative 8 times 12, negative 96. And then we bring down the plus 19. So negative 6 plus 19, negative 77, right there. So f of 12 is negative 77. And that gives us our x and also our y value, right? So our ordered pair is 12, comma, negative 77, right? So that's our x, that's our y. So it's given. So it gives us the x, and we're just going to find what is the y value, and that's our answer. So number two, same thing. Now we got h of 7, right? Doesn't matter what letter it is. We just say h of 7, right? This is h of t. So we're going to substitute when x equals 7. And that's what it's telling us to do. So we should rewrite to negative 12 minus 8 parentheses. And for t, we're going to substitute 7, right? So we can say this is t. Let's say instead of x, just put t. But same thing. Because t is 7. But it doesn't really matter. So we have negative 12, and then negative 8 times 7 is negative 56. Negative 12 minus 56, negative 68. So h of 7 is equal to negative 68. So our ordered pair is our x, y. So it's 7, comma, negative 68. Because those are x, y values in order that we could graph. Okay, next one. For 3, k of r. So yeah, what it tells you doesn't matter. It just tells you what to substitute. Right? So if r equals negative 45, right there. And then we could say x doesn't matter. Right, let's call it xy. So we have 82 minus r, I'm going to put parentheses for r, over 5. And our r value is negative 45. So just substitute that in there. So you have 82 minus, and then negative 45 divided by 5 is negative 9. So now we have the double negatives. Remember, double negatives is addition, right? So this is plus 9. So we have 82 plus 9, and 82 plus 9, 91. So k of negative 45 is 91. Our ordered pair is negative 45, comma, 91, right? So same process. Has different letters, doesn't matter. It's still the same process, same exact one. Okay, next one. Okay, so describing words how to evaluate functions using function notation. Right, so given a function, use the function notation. Let's say f of 10 to substitute x equals 10 to evaluate the function. That's all it is. So given a function, use a function notation, whatever is given. This one's f of 10. I just made up an example. So use x equals 10 to substitute x equals 10 to evaluate the function. That's it. Okay, so next one, evaluate functions from their graph. So recall for function notation, the x value is in the parentheses and the resulting answer is the y value. So f of x is actually equal to y, right? So those are interchangeable. They're the same exact thing. So f of x can be replaced with y. Okay, so h of negative 7. Remember, whenever it's in the parentheses, that's your x value, right? So x equals negative 7. So h of negative 7. So we look at what our x value for negative 7. So we go on our graph, right? So negative 7 is our x-axis. Negative 7 is here. Okay, so if we had a straight line, so negative 7, and we just go to our graph. So our graph goes down here, so it intersects right there. Then we look at what number that is here, and that matches up with negative 6. Right, so negative 6, so this point is negative 7, comma, negative 6. That's our ordered pair. So at x equals negative 7, our answer became negative 6. Okay, the height is negative 6. For g of 4, so again, it tells us what our x value is, right? So x equals 4. So we go to x equals 4 here, and then we go up to, we get our graph right there. So it intersects at that point. So we go across, and what is that y value? Right there, 1. So that ordered pair is 4, comma, 1. So x equals 4, y equals 1. The height is 1. So g of 4 is equal to 1. Okay, h of 0, again, it tells us what our x is, right? So x equals 0. So we look at when is x 0? Right down the center, right? Right down this middle is x equals 0. Just right. A line, so let's go up. Okay, here's a point. Man, there's no points down here, right? It doesn't intersect anywhere, so you don't care about those ones. So this is at 5. So this point will be 0, comma, 5. And that's also our y-intercept, right? So that's 5. So we're going to learn about y-intercepts and go through that later. So h of 0 equals 5. And that's the only one that matches up when h or x equals 0. Okay, good. Moving on. Okay, next one. Okay, functions inputs. So find the input that will result in the following output for each function. So we're going to, given this, right? So given the answer. And remember, your f of x is the same as y. Yeah? So f of x is equal to y. So this is just like saying y is equal to negative 60. Okay? And our f of x is negative 60. So you could have y equals 8x plus 12. See the same thing? Right, so it tells us what the y value is straight off, because f of x equals negative 60. So we're going to substitute the answer, which is your y value, for f of x, and then solve for x. So we solve an equations here. So our y value is negative 60, right? So that goes right there. Our x value, we don't know, right? We have to solve for that, 8x plus 12. But this is a two-step equation that we can solve. Right, remember these? So you minus 12 both sides, you get negative 72, divide by 8, you get x equals negative 9. So our x value is negative 9, and our y value was given, which is negative 60. Right, so this is your x, this is your y, as your ordered pair. Okay, so they're giving you the y now. Right, so they're giving you this one, number 6. So they're telling you y is equal to negative 80. And then we're going to take our function that was given, which is y equals negative 6x minus 14, right? Because our g of x and y are the same thing. So we just replace it with y. And it tells you what the y is, negative 80. Right? So we're going to write that in there. So we have negative 80 is equal to negative 6x minus 14. Okay, so we just replace g of x, which is negative 80, which is our y, and then we're going to solve for x. Okay, again, so these are equal signs, so we can put a line in the middle. So you are on the right, right? Your variable is on the right. You're attached to negative 6, and you have negative 14 friends. So you want to get rid of your friends, so you can be with your partner first, right? So we add 14 on the right side to cancel that out. So we get negative 80 plus 14, right? Negative 66 equals, bring down negative 6x. That comes down. And now we detach from negative 6. We divide negative 6 to both sides to cancel. So negative 66 divided by negative 6 is 11. And it equals just x on the right. So x is equal to 11. We flip that around. Right, so x equals 11. So that means our ordered pair is going to be 11, comma, our y value is already given, negative 80. Right there, negative 80. And we can also write that in there too. So you see the next one. So this one tells you, okay, y is equal to 388. So we should have an ordered pair, should be something, comma, 388. Because our y value is given, right, 388. Like the last one was given, negative 80. So now we have to define what is the x value, right? So we're going to use our function again. So given here, so we can change that y is equal to 22x plus 80. Our y value is 388, so we're just going to write that in there. 388 is equal to 22x plus 80. Then we're going to solve this, right? Solve the equation. So you are on the right side with 22 as your partner. You have to get rid of your friends first so you can be alone with your partner. So subtract 80 to both sides. That cancels. 388 minus 80 is 308 equals 22x, right? Just bring that down. And you want to detach from 22. So you're going to divide by 22 to both sides to detach yourself from that 22. And 308 divided by 22 is 14. So 14 equals x, or x equals 14. Right there. Okay, so x equals 14. So that means your ordered pair is 14, comma, 388. Okay, and then number 8, as we go along, right? So number 8. So what's the input value for which g of x equals 3? So remember, g of x, it tells you the y, right? Y equals 3. So when your y is 3 here, we just go across till we hit a point right there. So your x value is 9, right? So this is 9, comma, 3. So your x value is 9. Same with this one. What is the input value other than negative 7 for which h of x, which is y equals 3. So y equals 3. And you go across, it's here, which is a 5. So this is 5, 3. But you also go left, and there's a second point right there, negative 7, 3. So there's two different values. Other than negative 7 would be positive 5. So positive 5, right? Because you have two different values right there. And then you can try the rest.